Yo, what's going on, you guys, and welcome back to the Anime Plus podcast. This is your podcast for everything anime and anime related. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about one of the biggest controversies that's basically going on in the past year or so. This is honestly huge for not only the anime community, but for the animation community, for the AI community. But yeah, it's going to be crazy, bro. But if this is your first time here, I'm your boy A Ray, and I'm with my co-host Owen. Owen, bro, how we doing, man?
Doing good, bro. AI, bro. It's a touchy subject for a lot of people.
Yeah. Nah, so firstly, before we even talk about what we're going to be talking about, we have had some videos on anime and AI usage, and we've kind of said that for the most part, I think me and you agree that like if AI can help produce some stuff, like for example, like it cuts down on work time, animator work time. So like if you're an animator and you're obviously we all know the stigma that like a lot of workers are basically getting overworked. If it cuts down on that and it really helps the people, I think me and you both think that's a good thing, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Right, right. And I also think that me and you both think that once it passes a certain line, crosses that line, it's not a good thing.
I think if it steals work from other people, yeah, that's bad. I feel like if it's existing work that you kind of do and use to enhance your existing work, great. Like obviously we want as much efficiency as possible in animation, just because as you stated, like it's just obscene hours. Um It was the mappa animators, right? That were like just
Yeah.
getting overly worked,
Hmm.
basically. Like in that scenario, definitely like try using AI in any way you can to relieve your employees. But let's say, what's another studio?
Let's say Kyoto Animation or Toei Animation. They're the one that
Yeah.
does.
Let's say Toei Animation uses AI to create an anime and fully follows the Attack on Titan animation style.
Mhm.
Like that would be bad.
Right,
Let's
exactly.
say Attack on Titan wanted to just like let's say they had couple like scenes where they just needed to fill in the background with like a bunch of just horses and random people. Yeah, let's use AI for that, you know?
Hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of my input on it.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, you were kind of lying there.
Yep.
All right, so Owen, bro, I don't know if you've heard of what's been going on, but long story short, last Tuesday, as of recording this episode, there was a new update to ChatGPT called ChatGPT or called GPT 40. And that basically allowed users to create images. And with that update, some smart people, whether they're fans of Studio Ghibli or just admirers of Studio Ghibli, they're using the animation and art style of Studio Ghibli to create pictures of themselves, of backgrounds, of memes. It does get kind of out of pocket at a certain point. We'll talk about that later on, but it's kind of a trend. So like recently we just had Eid, for example. A lot of people are recreating family pics with Eid, and a lot of people are creating that based off the Studio Ghibli style. So that's just one example. But overall, it's been a big trend on social media. Like people have been posting profile pictures of their Studio Ghibli artwork, and this is all processed through ChatGPT.
So let me get this straight. Studio Ghibli, is it like studio like Mappa?
Yeah, yeah, but they're known for their personally, they're known for hand-drawn image, like their hand-drawn movies. They have all those movies like Princess Mononoke, which actually I think is kind of interesting because this is coming out at the same time that the Princess Mononoke movie is screening again in IMAX. So I don't know, I thought that was pretty interesting. But yeah, yeah, like they're known for their big crazy movies.
Okay, so Studio Ghibli, right?
Mhm,
Let's say I'm a mangaka, a famous mangaka in Japan,
mhm.
and I want my art style to be just like theirs. So I'll hit up Studio Ghibli to do that.
To use AI.
I don't understand why they Studio Ghibli has its own animation style when like Mappa, right? It does different animes and they all look different.
All right, that's a good point, but I think it's mostly because it's all hand drawn by like so the guy Hayao Miyazaki. We've been talking about it for a minute. He did the Blue Heron, all these big movies, right?
Give me examples of like different shows that have the Studio Ghibli style.
So they don't really produce shows. It's all movies,
This is very. It's like such a weird situation then to me.
right? So let me kind of backtrack this by saying like what Miyazaki does is like he oversees every single hand-drawn image that goes into making these movies. He sometimes corrects it himself, redraws it himself, but literally every single step of the production he's involved with.
Okay.
So that specific style is basically tied to him at this point. That's his legacy. That's what he is. And again, some of his movies, like there's probably like 3 or 4 in the top 10 selling all-time animated movies. And that's literally all him in his studio. So that's why it's like so like tied down to his legacy, if that makes any sense.
I get you. I get you. It's a weird It's a weird situation, bro. Because like you can't really put like a patent or like something on the way you draw stuff. You know
Okay.
what I mean?
Like
That's like putting that's it's not as one to one as this, but that's like the guy that made stick figures and then said that like, bro, no one else can make a stick figure after this. Like I understand that like low key there has to be a differentiation to show that the work was made by AI. If that's the case, then I think I'm kind of fine with it. And
okay.
if it's used in like a playful way rather than like a money generating way per se, you know what I mean?
So do you want to hop into the negative ways that's been used first, and then I want to hear your opinion, or do you want to do
Okay, yeah, yeah. Let me hear this.
okay? So we'll start off with something hella out of pocket, right? So the White House, they posted an AI generated version of obviously Studio Ghibli inspired. It's about a woman getting deported and she's crying. That's like the picture they legitimately posted, the White House.
What?
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna say to their defense, but she was a like I guess she was selling like fentanyl, and she's like a repeat criminal. She snuck into the country, whatever. But still, to post a woman crying as a Studio Ghibli thing, like that's crazy. First of all, like that's out of pocket, but it's also destroying the integrity of Studio Ghibli. Because if you've ever watched any Studio Ghibli movie, they all have like those are not the type of things that you see in Studio Ghibli. Like they have a certain theme to them, like a certain like way that they see themselves as. You know what I mean? Like you're tarnishing the reputation. Like that's not Studio Ghibli,
I agree. I don't I don't think the freaking government should be doing dumb shit like this to begin with.
bro. It's crazy, bro. That's one example. People are recreating. I'm not gonna drop it, bro, because I don't know what the rules are, but let's just say certain attacks that happen in our country. People are recreating that in Studio Ghibli form. People recreating tragic events, uh,
Okay, so
memes, stuff like that.
okay, so this is what I think right now. I think people are just gonna create random shit just because they're allowed to.
They can,
Right?
right? Yeah.
Because they can. It's not even like let's say the Toei animation, One Piece animation
Hmm.
was very trendy and popular right now, right? Let's just say that.
Hmm.
They would do the same shit with that. You know what I mean? It's not because it's Studio Ghibli that they're doing it. They're just honestly, they're just fucking around. Like that's how I see it, right? It's like you using an anime filter.
Right.
It's the exact same thing as using like an anime filter. And just because Studio Ghibli has their style
Hmm.
and it looks like I don't know, people are probably just very okay, this is what I think. I think people outside of anime are very are like they know how the Studio Ghibli anime style looks, right?
Hmm.
So
Right.
they just perceive anime as like the Studio Ghibli style. Like that's it.
Definitely.
So
Definitely.
it's not like they give a fuck if it's Studio Ghibli or mappa or like Toei. They don't give a shit about that. They don't even probably know that Studio Ghibli. They're just like, oh, this is a cool anime filter.
Right, right. So I can actually tell you straight up, one of my boys, for Eid pictures, he did a Studio Ghibli thing. He actually told me how to do it. He's like, yeah, you go to Chat GPT, you prompt it, you're right, turn this picture into a Studio Ghibli inspired art, and then it literally took his picture and turned it into that. I know for sure this dude does not watch a lick of anime, so he probably got it from like a TikTok or whatever. He probably doesn't even know what Studio Ghibli is. I'm not trying to say anything bad about it, whatever. But there's so many different sides to this. Firstly, there's just the people that are hopping on the trend. They like the artwork, nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Then there's anime fans, and we'll talk about this later on, that feel insulted. And we'll talk about this later on. And then there's content creators that just create mostly AI generated videos, images, things like that. And I actually seen a dude, like he posted on Twitter, like he got a cease and desist by Studio Ghibli and he was pissed off. And he thought people were gonna be backing him, but obviously NF fans like, nah, bro, that's stealing artwork and whatever, blah blah. But there's so many different angles and sides to look at this. It's just kind of crazy, bro.
I think the only thing that should be, and this is something that's going to be a problem in the future, right? So, and this is just our first kind of scenario of seeing it. Um, but it's just like filters, and it's there's nothing wrong with it per se. I think that it should just have a disclaimer made by AI. And
Okay.
I think that's for everything. I don't even think that's just for like Studio Ghibli images. I think any image that's generated by AI should have regulation and should just say generated by AI. Just like is it Twitter where they do that? They go like this could be an AI photo or something.
So let me kind of bounce back because ChatGPT, like they've had their own quotes on all this stuff. Like I have next to me like a whole list of shit that they've been saying. So going back to that, I guess what you're talking about, like letting people know. If
Yeah,
you go to OpenAI or OpenAI is a company that created ChatGPT,
yeah, yeah.
they said that they're taking a quote unquote conservative approach. So when image generation learns that like, oh, uh, like this is from a certain person, they write down that we added a refusal which triggers when a user attempts to generate an image in the style of a living artist, which obviously is not true because people are able to create Studio Ghibli form content, but to their credit, they're trying. You know what I mean? Like it's not something that they can change right away.
Okay, another question I have.
Yeah,
Is there any other anime that looks similar to Studio Ghibli?
I would say, as far as I know, no, because Studio Ghibli's artwork is just that, like, it's just that moment. Like, I don't even have the word for it, but it's that memorable.
Like I don't know, it's weird because like okay, One Piece has its animation,
Hmm.
and then JJK whatever has its own animation, right? But I the way I perceive it is like okay, they just draw stuff in a different way. It's not like it's not like One Piece patented the way they freaking draw shit, you
Hmm.
know? But then again, Studio Ghibli only makes stuff in that one style.
Right. So it's tough because, like, there's that big, like, again, they have so many films in the top 10 grossing all time that, like, I don't know if they have copyrights on it and stuff like that. For them to send out cease and desist to that particular user, which that could have been fake for all we know, but assuming it is real, I mean, that kind of shows that they do believe that they own the copyright to that
So
art style at the very least.
so okay, let me this is another way to put it, right? Is there any artists that you would say like that sound very fucking similar?
I mean, I don't know too much about art, bro, so I couldn't tell you
No, no,
that.
no, I'm talking about like music,
Oh yeah, for sure. There definitely is.
right? So there's stuff like this where it's like very fucking similar. Obviously, in this situation, yeah, they're copying straight their style,
Mhm.
but I think it's just an anime style. I don't think it's I don't know, it's just weird.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and read some of the other quotes from the Chat GPT side of things.
I want to hear the yeah what people are saying.
Okay, so firstly, let's talk about Sam. Do you know who Sam Altman is?
The guy who
He basically like created
he's the one who created OpenAI.
yeah, or he's running this shit right now. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's the guy that went to jail.
all right. No, that's another dude. But this guy's still running it.
Wait,
So
Sam Altman didn't go to jail?
you think about Sam Bankman-Fried. That's the dude that did the crypto stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Anyways, this guy Sam Altman. This is his first quote that I saw about it. Here's what he said. It's super fun seeing people love images in ChatGPT, but our GPUs are melting. So that's another issue. Anyways, uh, here, the rest of the quote. We're going to temporarily introduce some rate limits while we work on making it more efficient. Hopefully, we won't be long. ChatGPT free tier will get 3 generations per day soon. So right now it only does one. But here's the first thing. It looks like they're trying to expand it. And then kind of after that, even Sam Altman joined in on the trend. He updated his Twitter profile with a Studio Ghibli version of himself, bro. So yeah, it looks like they were kind of pushing it, and then kind of going back on what I said earlier about their response saying that like, oh, we can't do it because the artist is live, blah blah blah. But I don't know. It looks like they're kind of pushing it, bro. Like they,
100% they're pushing it. If first of all, OpenAI is a company that deals with so much regulation stuff because of AI that they definitely have looked into the laws of this. This is definitely something that they looked into in terms of legality. So if they've looked into it in terms of legality and they're actually posting shit, Sam Altman's doing this stuff, right? That means it's fully legal. It has to be fully legal. There's no way it's not. You know what I mean?
right now they've definitely been given a bunch of court orders and things like that, but they're
You
still
know,
finding it.
like why would he's a CEO, right? Altman?
Yeah.
Why would the CEO put do that to himself after he already knows about these court orders and all this shit, you know?
Yeah,
He
honestly,
has to know that it's legal.
right. Hey, yo, he might be on his Elon Musk type shit, bro. But I don't know, bro. Like he might not. I don't know.
I don't know. From what I'm perceiving, it seems like it's it's um it's legal, right?
Mhm. Well,
But
there's a whole fact that Studio Ghibli hasn't said anything publicly yet. So that could be an indication that they can't find anything illegal against it, or maybe they're still working on it.
I just think like, bro, if they name it as anime filter, they can get away with it. Like straight.
That um, can we talk about how Miyazaki's role in this is a little bit?
Yeah, let's hear this.
All right, so again, doing some digging, bro. I found out a video in 2016. Somebody kind of showed him like how AI generated animation looks.
Okay.
Again, this is 2016, so obviously it's way worse than it was now, nearly 10
Yeah,
years.
yeah. Understandable.
He goes, this is his quote, an insult to life itself. So bro was clearly pissed off about it. He did not like it. And then later on in another video, he said, I'm utterly disgusted. If you really wanted to make creepy stuff, you can go ahead and do it. I would never wish to incorporate this technology into my work at all. I strongly feel that this is
Okay, hold up, hold up. I'll say one thing. No fucking shit he's gonna say that if he does everything hand drawn.
yeah, yeah.
That's like that's like me, right? That's like okay, so the company I work for an AI company, right?
Oh, yo, the biasness is here, bro. Yeah,
Yes, yes, it is. So I work for an AI company, right? And I'll be speaking to sales managers, right? And our tool is essentially a tool that helps sales managers like manage better and more efficiently.
Mhm.
But what they perceive is that it's going to take away their job. So they are against the whole idea to begin with, even if they know that it'll be operationally efficient for them, right?
Mhm.
So it's kind of the same thing here where he knows that he's biased on this because he does hand drawn stuff. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That's
Okay.
that's where I'm coming from. He obviously has to be biased on something like this, and that's why he's gonna say the words that he's saying in whatever harsh way that he says it. It's because he is the one that's getting chopped per se. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's my take. My
I
take on that statement. But yeah, keep going.
I do want that. That's it for the quote. But I do want to defend him just a little bit. Obviously, hand drawn. Bro's been doing it his entire life. He's probably in his mid 80s at this point. You know what I mean? So like that's his legacy. He's seeing just kind of being tossed away with a simple creation of technology. You know what I mean? Like obviously that's something that's going to happen over time. But like imagine you devote your whole life into something. It's very successful. You know, you put your blood, sweat, and tears into it, and then just like a matter, just like that, bro. It just kind of all goes away, bro. You know what I mean?
About
Like
it like this, yo. The times is changing, bro. He's with the new era. We're with the pirate era.
yeah, that's crazy, bro.
We're with the great pirate era. Like,
Oh, dude, bro.
dude, your time is over, buddy. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Bro,
Like,
you about to get so much hate from the
I'm
entire.
not even like I'm being so serious. He's 80 years old. He's a thing of the past. Yes, obviously I'm gonna respect his work. It's amazing. It's phenomenal, right? But that's like saying, "Oh, the guy that created newspapers, he should still have a legacy." Like, no, bro, we don't use that shit no more.
Nah, bro. I mean,
Obviously, two different things. Like people are gonna attack me for this one. Definitely two different things.
yeah,
But as we go on, and as we keep progressing in technology, there there's gonna be so much. AI is gonna do so much. Like it's gonna do so much, and it's gonna take away a lot of jobs. It's gonna make everything a lot more efficient generally, and it's a I I say it's a good thing, but I do think that there should be regulation, right? So my kind of middle ground here is okay. Let's his work is very respectable. If it's made by AI, it should say made by AI.
okay.
That's my thing here. Okay? So like yeah, hand drawn shit, right? Obviously very hard to do, takes a lot of effort, but very inefficient, right? But again, efficiency is not that who like this is a creative field. And that's the thing about creative fields. That's kind of the first thing that's going to be taken away, right? Like graphic designers, video editors, like their work is all going to be done. Like it's all going to be done by AI.
Podcasters, not playing plan.
That too, bro. Like technically,
Chill, chill.
technically, but like yeah, that's kind of the gist of this whole situation, but I do think that there should be regulation on AI, and I do think that there should be at least a warning to show us this is made in a by AI.
I do agree honestly with the whole regulation thing. I 100% agree with that. You know, we need regulation because at the current moment, it's kind of like a free for all. So yes, the regulation for me. Secondly, bro, like I'm a big Studio Ghibli fan, bro. So like I'm coming at it at a different angle than you are. Like, yeah, I do think that AI enhances a lot of productivity. It enhances quality of life, it enhances so much different things.
One thing I will say is I have never watched a Studio Ghibli film in my fucking life.
Okay.
Like I'm speaking from a perspective of not really giving a shit.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But I want to preface that because obviously everyone's entitled to their own opinion, and those opinions come with biases for
Yeah.
sure, right? Maybe because I work for an AI company, I fucking love AI. So I don't know. But I'll say I haven't watched Studio Ghibli, so I have no like emotional connection to it. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't be like, you know, like I might be looking at it from a one-sided perspective. So yeah.
That's fair. It's kind of good to see both sides because, like, me personally, anime fan, bro. I'm a B Studio Ghibli fan. I'm a stand for him. You know what I'm saying? But I respect Hayao Miyazaki, bro. But I don't know, man. I think the thing to me that just kind of a little bit triggering is to see his art style being used for like crazy out of pocket shit. I think that's the one small little thing. I do enjoy good memes, and I feel like to your point, if it was some other shit, like some other artwork or something else, bro, I would laugh with it. I would join in. I don't know if I'd make out of pocket shit, but I would definitely make some memes and stuff like that. So
but look, see the out of pocket shit. That's where like it's either a yes or a no. Because if you say yes to some things, you can't say no to other things.
Right, exactly. It's such a crazy thing, bro. Like we can't really like there's you all right, let's be honest, bro. If you draw a line, there's no right answer to where that line is to be drawn. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like your boy, for example, he used it just for like a silly photo.
Yeah.
No harm, no foul,
Yeah.
right? But then some other people are doing some crazy shit with it. But at the end of the day, they're both utilizing it, right? One could be bad, one could be good. It's like it's like using a gun, right?
I mean, I see where you're going with it, bro.
Like one person can use it to defend himself, one person can use it to assault somebody, right? So it's all about the usage, right? So how do we? It's about regulating usage.
Yeah. And we also can't be over-regulated because imagine you need a license to use AI at a certain point. You know what I mean? Like it could go in so many different directions, bro.
You probably will have that.
Like imagine it's like, all right, this person is abusing it. He's not allowed to get his license and use, I don't know. I'm just making shit up, but like, I don't know, bro. It's too early in the game. You feel me?
But this is like it's only gonna get worse. This is kind of like the theme that I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this is the first they did it the first here, right? But this is the first time this is the first time it happened, firstly. And the only reason it happened is because it's a trend, right? And it's because it's a new feature in Chat GPT.
Right.
But
Right.
I can do the same exact fucking shit with Midjourney, right?
Mhm.
I can literally do the same thing with Midjourney and have my photo be recreated as a Family Guy photo.
Exactly. Yeah.
You
There's
know,
no stopping other chatbots. Like, and any other chatbot can do it. You know what I mean? It's crazy, man. You know, this is a crazy topic, bro.
yeah, but that's I don't know. Times are changing. Technology is advancing in such a rapid spot. And then there's also no like patents on art design and the way that works.
Yeah, and I also feel like this is a side, bro, but like I also feel like some copyright shit is too OD, bro. Like, oh, you can't use a certain font, you can't use a certain letter, can't use certain lettering, stuff like that. You know, I feel like that's way too much over the top. I don't know if it should apply to artwork or not. You know, I don't know too much about that category, that genre of things, but like, I don't know, bro. There's just so much regulation that like this shit just blows my mind.
The only reason that this became a whole deal is because it's a trend. If it wasn't a trend,
Will die out.
huh?
This trend will die out.
What'd you say?
I said this trend will die out.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying if there was never a trend and people were just some couple people were using Studio Ghibli here and there to edit their photos like in Studio Ghibli style, none of this would have happened and nothing like it would have been another sunny day in the world, right? So we need to take this as a lesson and kind of figure it out now, or it should just be like, or there's just no like I don't know intellectual property on like design
Yeah.
on like bro, because if I'm a freaking bro, because I can make something so similar to like Studio Ghibli and not try copying Studio Ghibli at the same time. You know what I mean? Like,
Right, right.
like
So
I'm not even trying to be like, I'm not even trying to take the side of AI, but artwork is such a like, it's so it has so many variables and everyone does it so differently that it could even be very similar
Mhm.
to a point, and you're really not trying to copy it. Obviously, in this scenario, they're copying it. But you can do that with anyone. You can say, "Oh, let me get a photo of the scene in Bleach with One Piece
right, right.
drawings." Like it's not only a Studio Ghibli thing. The thing here is that everyone that doesn't watch anime thinks that Studio Ghibli is just the way anime looks, and
That's
they're looking at it as an anime filter, which there has been anime filters in the past.
so let's do this. We'll end this episode off with some facts, and then we talk about our opinions back and forth. So obviously, we want to hear your guys' opinion. Join our Discord. Let us know what you guys think. But let's start off with the facts.
Wait, do you
fact,
have any comments from like people, other people that aren't don't have skin in the game?
I haven't really seen anything from like regulators from other than like websites and stuff like that and like Twitter comments. I haven't seen anything crazy.
Yeah, okay, bet.
Yeah, there's nothing about like nothing from like the U.S. Supreme Court or anything like that. Nothing like that.
I'm talking about like just comments from regular people. I just want to kind of
Oh,
hear what.
it's huge ranging variety. You know, some people are like that AI creator, bro. Like obviously he's pissed off because he got cease and desist letter from Ghibli because that's how he makes a living by creating AI content. And then we've got people that are anime fans that are like, yo, like you can't be violating Hayao Miyazaki's legacy by creating like some of this nonsense, blah blah blah. Like some stuff is out of pocket. Like you can't be creating that and ruining Studio Ghibli's reputation. So there's that side of things, and then there's like a mix. Like
Oh,
yeah,
but like no, 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 no. That I don't agree with. Why? Because there's people that mock religion and the legacy of religion. But that's what comes with free like living in a free speech society. That you'll always get these type of people. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like it's not like I don't agree with it. Obviously, I don't agree with the people, but I agree with having free speech and I agree with like people doing whatever they want. So it's like that kind of just takes that kind of takes away from like if you're doing it from a legacy standpoint, then I don't agree because like that makes no sense.
okay. But that's your opinion, bro. Low
Yeah.
key, I want to see I want to see everybody else's opinion. But yeah, let's end it with some facts and then we'll call it. Cool. All right.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Let's get it.
Facts. ChatGPT is obviously using Studio Ghibli's artwork or art style to create images. Other fact, ChatGPT or whatever, OpenAI said that they're trying to limit it to artists that are not living. Like we can see screenshots of this. Other fact, as of right now, and to the best of my knowledge, we haven't seen Studio Ghibli or um, even Hayao Miyazaki say anything about what's going on. So maybe they changed their minds. Maybe they're cool with it. Maybe they're not. We don't really know yet. So those are the facts right now. And there's really so much different direction that this can go. So again, let us know what your guys' thoughts are. Assuming most of you guys are anime fans, knowing that this is an anime podcast, I'm assuming most people will say like, "Nah, I can't be violating like that." But there might be people like Owen that are on the AI side. So it's definitely an interesting controversy. So
I'm on a neutral side, bro. I'm just seeing it how I see it types, you know?
I respect that, bro. There's different ways to look at things, bro. I respect it.
Like I'm not on AI side. I'm kind of on free speech side.
Okay, no, I respect it, bro.
Yeah, like because because of the fact that you okay, so here's my deal. Here's my deal. If there is a patent or something that shows that yes, this is my style, no one can copy this, and now it's cemented as my style, great. Fucking great. Go for it. AI should not be able to touch that. Even like when I was doing Ghost Trigger and when I made the patent for Ghost Trigger, we had to go so in depth into every little detail of everything so that people would not copy the idea. You know what I mean? We had to like when we made the patent document or whatever, we had to be very specific with every little detail so no one would copy it. But that should be the same for these guys if this is the case. That way, we have something in writing to prove that this is theirs. Because I can fucking come in tomorrow and I can draw something very similar and just have the characters have like bigger noses and say that is my fucking style now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I got you, bro.
Like that's kind of like it's weird. It's a weird situation because like either you fully define what your style is and patent it, which if they don't have that already, they should, create a system like that. Some intellectual properties bullshit that they should do. Um, but if not, I think it's open game.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is honestly, bro. I think we could keep talking about it and debating it and keep researching it more and more, but I feel like this is getting way too long, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna stick with my guns here, and I'm here for the free speech people, bro.
Yeah, nah, bro, I respect it. All right, bro. I think that's gonna be it for this episode. Once again, please join our Discord and please let us know your guys' thoughts and opinions on this entire controversy. Because let's be honest, bro, this is crazy, bro. I don't think we've ever done an episode like this where honestly we don't are on different sides, bro. But we usually be agreeing, bro. So yeah, bro.
And if you want to talk shit or whatever, come to the Discord, bro. Just I don't mind. You know what I mean? I'm here for like healthy debate. I would love to hear what others have to say about it. And I'm not somebody that I'm ironclad in my decision. Like, okay, I think this way, no one can change my mind now. Like, bro, if there's like a legitimate, like you bring some valid points, I I'd love to hear it. You know what I mean? But based off of the information that I have, based off of the way I think it's fine. But I think if it's for commercial use, especially, then they should have created. I think anything commercial use should just say generated by AI. Anything, and when I mean anything commercial use, anything to either generate you money or like social media or like, yeah, stuff like that.
Okay, that's interesting, take. All right. With that being said, I think that's gonna be it for this episode. Once again, join our Discord because let's be honest, bro, this was a crazy one. All right, we'll catch you guys in the next one. We'll see you guys in the Discord. And until then, y'all take it easy. Have a great one. Peace.
Peace.